Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to a Keelgottime video, and today, because Keel's got some time, we're going to be reacting to the memification of abuse. So without any further ado, let's go.
You see, one thing about me is if I have a homie and he calls me about his girl or any girl issues, any girl problems, I'm gonna give him one advice: beat her, hit her. If she's not,
Yeah. Can't get behind you with that one. That how we started the video.
listening, hit her. Okay, hold on. I'm joking. That was purely for the sake of the video. But I want you to take a second and really internalize how crazy that sounded. If a man had the audacity to get online and say something like that, he would literally get crucified. But for some reason, it's become okay, it's become acceptable for women to do it.
Beat him. Put your hands on him. I'm not the friend that you call when your man is acting up, because I'm going to tell you to put your hands on him.
What do the women that beat men look like? What do the women that What do the women What do the women that What do the women that
And look, before we get further into this video, this isn't one of those videos where I try to paint guys out to be the victims or make it seem like guys are innocent or fragile. Although abuse is wrong regardless of gender, this video is honestly more catered towards supporting women. Because as much as you super feminists would like to deny it, when it comes to things like brute strength, durability, just physical prowess, men are superior. Hold on. And before you try to say you're stronger than a man, gun to your head right now and $1 million on the line, I want you to name 5 women who you are 100% sure would beat a man that's equal to them in weight class. And no, you can't name some pro female MMA fighter, because they are by far the exception. You see, the biggest issue with the memification of abuse, you know, this trend of hitting men becoming acceptable, becoming almost like a joke, is that all it takes is for a woman or a girl to run into this type of guy once in their life and decide that they want to go back and forth with him or put their hands on him, and it can end up fatal.
Every day I see something about a bitch that say she beat on niggas. Bitch,
You beat on niggas that don't hit back. That's not a fight.
that's one-sided. Bring that shit over here. You won't hear the second bell.
It's true though. It's true though. It's true. It's what I say. Watch it, cause like, bro, same thing with like saying like certain slurs and stuff like that. Just shit you're not really supposed to do. Bro, you can do it, but and there might be niggas that just give you a pass because they don't really care like that. But then there's niggas that do care. There's niggas that will, as he said, there's niggas that will hit back. So you, bro, speak.
All it really takes is for you to run into this type of guy one time. This type of guy who seems like he's itching for a woman to initiate a physical or a verbal altercation with him. So in turn, he can have some sort of justification in going overboard and really harming her. And I think something we all need to acknowledge and operate under the assumption of is that we're no longer living in the olden days. And a lot of men no longer subscribe to the moral code of chivalry. We're living in a equal rights, equal fights type of era. Equal lefts, equal rights type of era, if you know what I mean. Brief intermission, y'all. I have great news to share with y'all. Did you know you can...
I'll go get you some Timu shit.
all you gotta even, and I base easiest way for me to get you to understand the type of era that we live in, the type of mindset that people have nowadays, is by showing you the reception that this video received. So there was this video that recently went viral of a mom teaching her son life lessons, you know, self-defense, not hitting women. And honestly, with the reception this video received, I think everyone should teach their kids to defend themselves. But let me show you guys the video first.
What do you do if a girl hits you?
Oh, I know. I go ahead and go tell someone I do not hit back, especially girls.
Why?
Because they do not deserve that. They are not like a punching bag or something.
Is it okay to hit a boy if he hits you first?
No.
So what would you do then?
I would go and I would tell him, hey, I don't like that. And same with the girl situation.
I mean, even just this far into the clip is...
I'm sure he'll realize pretty quickly, like, yo, I gotta defend myself at some point. But at least he knows not to hit girls.
It's clear to see that this mom is not preparing this boy for the real world, because any real
Yeah.
bully isn't going to give a damn if you didn't like that. Matter of fact, they're looking for you not to like it.
I'm not talking about a situation where it's a friend and they just hit you one time and then they stop. I'm talking about if someone comes up to you, they punch you in your face or in your stomach and they're going off on you. Would you fight them back?
Yes, I would.
Because that is self what?
Defense.
Correct. Okay. Now, why is it okay to hit a boy back if he comes up to you and he takes off on you, but it's not okay to hit a girl back if she comes up to you and she takes off on you? What is the difference?
Mom, I'm not sure what is the difference between those.
Okay, that's all right.
And that's because there isn't much difference, especially when we're talking about younger kids like elementary, even like early middle school, because girls do hit puberty a little bit faster. So whether it's a boy or a girl, it's about the same level of threat. And the wording is also super important in this case because she says if someone takes off on you. Taking off on someone is usually like mean like you're rushing them. Now, when you take into account that most kids at that age are about similar size, similar weight, it's about a similar level of danger regardless of gender. Especially if one kid rushes the other where, you know, they're ramming into them with momentum, they don't necessarily even have to land a punch. Just from the contact alone, one kid could fall down and hit the back of their head or land in a funny way where their, you know, ankles are twisted. There's so many possibilities. At that point, the environment itself becomes a huge factor of danger as well. But let's keep listening to this mom's explanation.
Boys are typically stronger than girls, and so when boys hit girls back, they can hurt her way worse than she could ever hurt him. And the second reason is because if you put your hands on girls, when you get older, you're going to think that it's okay. And you will be liable to put your hands on your sister, on your mother, me, on your auntie, on a future girlfriend, on a future wife, and it's not okay.
I'm sorry, but that was a super lazy justification from the mom. Because this obviously seems like a super intelligent and nice kid. I don't think it'd be some sort of foreign concept or rocket science for him to understand that you can defend yourself without initiating violence. Self-defense and becoming abusive towards women are two different things. And I honestly feel like she's doing him a huge disfavor by giving him this sort of advice. Now we're gonna see the type of reception that this video received. So on the original post, some people were saying your parenting skills are top tier. I love his communication skills. And then you had people who were basically making fun of the kid. Hey, I don't like that. Hey, I don't like that. Self-defense is not gender specific. And I agree with that. And while watching the video and also reading these comments, I couldn't help but think that maybe the mom was being a little bit performative, trying to give the politically correct answers so that the people in the comments can glaze her and be like, oh, you're such a good parent. Oh my God, he's gonna be such a good young man, such a chivalrous young man. Whole time she's probably setting her son up for failure. But let's see what the comments look like in the stitched video.
I don't think she's setting him up for failure. She makes some good points, but then it's just like things like that are very situational. Like, let's say she's coming at you with a knife, bro. You feel me? Like, you're gonna have to defend yourself. You can't just get stabbed. Oh, I'm gonna go tell somebody now. Oh. You know. But again, he'll learn that growing up. I'm sure he'll be fine.
The second you change the answer based on gender is the second where that is misandry. Equal rights, equal lefts. A picture of Chris Brown on the Omnitrix. And if you know the history behind that, you know how bad that is. My son ain't hearing none of that. I'm moving with my kids. Imagine growing up and your biggest enemy is your mom. My son isn't a punching bag for nobody. Me acting surprised at the principal office. How I expect my son to swing back. How my son be moving. I'm not raising victims, I'm raising suspects. Me demonstrating to my son and daughter. And you know what's even crazier? These comments are still tame compared to some of the stitches I've seen. The way some of these parents and parents-to-be were talking, you better teach your kid how to defend himself. That's all I'm gonna say.
Boy, I tell my kids, I got 2 daughters and a son. They all swing back. I don't know what the fuck y'all be making little victims. If somebody hit you, son, don't stop swinging until an adult pulls you off. I'm talking about go crazy, pick shit up, slam it on them, do whatever you have to do. Don't get beat up. You understand me? Daddy will fix the rest.
These are the type of talks some parents are having with their kids. Talking about go crazy, pick shit up, slam it on them. And you're out here telling your kid not to defend himself. At that point, we might low-key have to call that bad parent.
I know, because when it's like them kids that have been told that coming up against that the other kid is peak.
Damn.
It's over with. It's absolutely over with, bro. You got to picking up fucking logs, picking up a chair, bro, slamming it over this nigga's head because his dad done told him go animalistic if anyone gets on you. Oh gosh.
I got 3 daughters, 5 sisters. I'm teaching all of my daughters, you put your hands on somebody, they have all the right in the world to rock your shit back. Your kid touch mine first, you coming to pick your kid up from the yard because they might get put in the rear naked choke.
Any of y'all bad ass kids ever put your hands on either my
Damn,
daughters
he got all the wanted posters in it.
or my sons, they are
Any One Piece watchers excited for Albath coming very, very, very soon, mate.
fighting back. My child will not be a victim to your child. My son and my daughters will have the right to equally protect themselves, regardless of who putting their hands on them.
I saw someone make a video where they were saying that, like, she's probably the type to hit on men. So that's why she's telling them that, because she knows that there are women like her who just want to hit on men willy-nilly.
After watching those clips, it's pretty obvious to see that that mom is teaching her son to bring a knife to a gunfight. And even the physical aspect aside, we gotta talk about how toxic and harmful this type of mindset she's instilling into that child is. Because there's so many ways that that little boy can internalize her words. It could turn out to be a thing where he starts seeing abuse from women as something that's okay, acceptable, even inevitable, and something that he has to stay and endure. Because she made it very clear that no matter how bad a girl is hitting you, you do not fight back. And I mean, of course, on the physical side of things, I'm team don't hit women. But what if these little boys start carrying that same mentality over to like emotional abuse, mental abuse, and now they're in these relationships where they're suffering? And I mean, again, even the physical abuse aspect to the side, we underestimate just how damaging and toxic and emotionally and mentally abusive relationship can be for the couple and for the people around the couple. Because toxic, abusive couples often find themselves in this cycle where they're fighting one another, involving friends and family, and now you have people taking sides, talking crap about one partner, trying to defend the other partner, saying and doing things that are just hard to come back from, all for that couple to turn around and get back together in the end. And then at some point, that couple starts to become alienated because no one wants to deal with their behavior. And this type of situation sadly often ends with the couple only having themselves to turn back to. But honestly, I can make a whole separate video on toxic couples. I just simply wanted to make the point that I don't want this little kid to internalize that it's okay to stay and endure abuse. And then on the other side of things, when we're talking about little girls, this idea that they should expect men not to defend themselves or believe that if they attack a man won't attack back is extremely flawed and honestly dangerous. Because you're basically teaching them to act with impunity. Act like they can do whatever they want and not have to worry about consequences. That sort of lack of accountability, responsibility can do a lot of damage to a young kid. It can lead to a young impressionable child developing some really toxic and evil traits. And I mean, a perfect example of this is this video I saw online the other day where this little girl broke her bed, and as soon as she broke it, she ran to her mom and blamed her brother for breaking the bed.
Oh, 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 that's a whooping right there. That's a whooping. Oh yeah, too heavy to be doing that, little girl.
Bro, I'm telling.
Talk about I'm telling.
And then what the little boy proceeds to do is call his dad because I think he already knew that automatically his mom wasn't gonna believe him.
Dad. Bro, why does your rider just break my freaking damn?
Why this little nigga got his coat on inside and the oversized cap?
But she
Who
blamed me,
dressed
but
him?
it was her.
And I mean, luckily the whole situation was caught on camera, but that sort of behavior is not okay by any means. And look, I know some people might come in the comments and say I'm doing too much or I'm looking too deep into this for what I'm about to say, but this sort of behavior starts young and can easily transition into adulthood because that little girl can easily turn into one of the women in these clips I'm about to show you.
He put his hands around my neck and tried to choke me out.
In this case, you don't have permission. She does, because y'all got into domestic violence, and I do have a right to be here.
In that clip, the lady was able to talk to the female cop first, and she explained her side of the story where she actually lied about the man physically abusing her, and that ended up leading to the female cop being emotionally riled up and then going to address the man with this bias as if he already did the crime, even though the just thing to do would be to hear both point of views from a neutral standpoint.
Okay, what happened? The way you hesitate, you about to lie.
Damn, this nigga shot or
I wasn't
ripped
about to
up.
say anything, actually. I came back from the gym. She was upset about God knows what. At this point, she gets mad. I come to the room. She's upset. I lay down. She starts getting irate. Starts yelling and hooplying. Starts, just saying words. We're arguing now at this point, so we're just exchanging words. It's getting heated in the sense of tone and volume, not physicality. She gets upset. She slaps me. I hate you. Picks up my firearm.
Whoa.
Put it down. She hits me with a lamp, henceforth while I could gash and cut is all over me.
What a lamp at?
It's shattered into pieces because it was used on me.
Oh, where's that?
In the room.
See how these two situations are super similar? The girl breaks the bed, she rushes to go and talk to the mom first so she can get her emotionally riled up and on her side. And then the same tactic is used by that lady on her man. This woman initiates a physical altercation, and even though the man was on defense, she uses those bruises to manipulate the female cop into thinking that he hurt her. And this next part gets even crazier. Because remember in the clip with the little kids how the boy ended up calling his dad to explain what truly happened? Well, yeah, another similar situation happened between two adults.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Damn.
Whoa, whoa. Mom, chill. Fucking relax.
He's trying to make it seem like he's the good guy. He's not a good guy. I've been going through a lot of shit with this guy for months. A lot of emotional abuse.
We were dating for a long time. Lately, we've just been hanging out, been cool. And what happened is tonight, she drank alcohol. I didn't want her to drink alcohol. I told her that ahead of time. You see how she acts on alcohol. I'm talking to her father. Her last name is Spada. If you look her up in your police system, you'll see that. Okay.
Once again, the guy calls another guy to try to explain what truly happened. You literally cannot make this up. I mean, the principle of the situation is so similar as damn near 1-to-1. And look, if you have young kids and you might have seen this type of behavior before, I don't want you to feel despondent, hopeless, because kids are very malleable. They can learn, they can be taught. But the thing is, you have to put in the effort to actually try to teach them, because it's either you teach them or they're gonna learn it the hard way. And hey, I mean, also, we even got some women who agree that sometimes you have to let certain kids learn it the hard way.
Hold on, y'all. Actually.
Seeing people say, why are boys fighting girls? Since when are boys hitting girls? It's because y'all bitch asses are telling y'all sons to hit the girls back.
I have two older brothers. One's 6 years older than me, one's 9 years older than me. I'm the youngest and the only girl. I learned very quickly not to put my hands on my brothers. Because even when I would, you know, like hit them and they would hit me back in a joking way, I said, ow! Oh, good God. And that, you know, helped me learn. Some of these little girls need to learn, because that's the only way that people really get it, is with consequences. You tell a kid not to touch a hot stove. Sometimes the kid gets curious and touches it anyway. And then after it burns them, they're like, you know, I probably shouldn't have done that. So you have two options. You can either tell your daughters to stop hitting these boys, or your daughter's going to hit these boys and she's going to find out how hot that stove is. And just some gender neutral language when we're raising kids. If you hit somebody, expect for them to hit you back. In any case, any scenario, boy, girl, whoever.
So yeah, hopefully for this new up and coming generation, we teach both boys and girls not to put hands on each other. And if they do, not to expect people not to hit them back. But no, for real though, I'm seriously banking on this new generation, because the current generation might be too far gone. And I don't know if it's because I'm chronically online, but recently I've been seeing some of the craziest content where they're not only hitting men, but they're making it into a trend. They're making it into a meme. All over social media, I'm starting to see content like this.
What do the women that beat men look like? Like, I hear so much about them, but what do they look like so I know how to avoid them? You feel what I'm saying?
And no, it doesn't just stop at them making TikToks, typing out, oh, I beat men. No, there's actual footage of women online hitting men. This past week, I literally saw a clip of a girl slapping a streamer called Clavicular.
Whoa.
Mind you, she did this in a room full of people.
I'm gonna see your entire family. That nigga not playing, bro.
While knowing that he was streaming in front of thousands of people. You know, things have gone too far when having thousands of people watching, potentially millions, because a lot of these clips tend to go viral, not deter you from hitting someone. She was totally okay with potentially millions of people seeing her slap him. And all because it's become so acceptable in society. Women are openly hitting their partner, the person they're in a relationship with, for the internet to see.
Stop, bro. What the fuck?
Why you acting like that?
Bro, why is you acting like that, baby?
Act normal.
I am acting normal. You act normal. Damn.
Even a stat.
Damn.
Oh, nah. Nah,
Established female
brother,
content
gotta
creators with
leave
huge
that.
followings are hitting their partners on the internet. Consequences be damned. But that's the thing, there aren't any consequences.
This is my brother.
His
No,
girl
they
gonna
not.
slip.
Cause I'm
His
not.
girl gonna-
What are you
who give
talking
a-
about?
It's not
You
about
a whole
you.
different. It is cause you my nigga. Fuck is you talking about?
It's not about you.
So watch your mouth.
I'm sorry, but it's just something about seeing grown-ass men getting smacked in the face and being treated like little boys that just throws me off. It just doesn't feel right. And I mean, leave it to the internet to turn something serious into a joke. We got men getting online making it seem like men enjoy getting hit and trying to play into this narrative that it's like a fetish for them and they actually love it.
You're a little bitch.
I'm sorry.
You're fucking nothing.
I know, I'm sorry.
Hey, stop. That's not okay.
I'm sorry, did I ask you to help me?
No, but I saw you were in harm, so I thought I would help you.
You thought nothing. Look down at my pants. Does it look like I don't want this? I want it, man. I live for this.
This is so stupid.
Then she's not gonna be my fucking wife. Man, this isn't even the most scared I've ever been.
Are you sure? You don't need to be afraid. I can get the police here.
Listen, man, if the police show up and she goes to jail, the next person going to jail is me.
But she shouldn't be treating you like that. It's abuse.
Anyway, baby, as you were saying.
But you deserve better.
You are fucking this up for me.
I really dislike those type of videos because they're basically making fun of someone's trauma. There's a group of men out there who are genuinely struggling with this problem. And then you got these people online who are not only downplaying it, but they're making fun of it and they're turning it into something weird like a fetish. Imagine how one of these guys would feel if they went online and they saw their traumatic experience being poked fun at.
My female cousin just did this to me.
Oh.
This girl bashed my head open. The girl that was my girlfriend, she bashed my head open and with a vacuum broke it on my head and gashed my head open with the vacuum.
He suffered a real injury that could have potentially been life-threatening. And the thing is, later on in those clips...
Nah, I remember one time my sister... Oh gosh. I say we was kids though. We was little kids. But we must have been fighting in the kitchen or something. I was chasing her. I was running up the stairs and she had a can. I think it was like, it must have been some either fly spray or like window spray or something. And we was running up the stairs. I was chasing her up and she like went like, whoom. Oh shit, I didn't realize. My coat done fell off the damn. I need to get me a proper like chair coming soon. But she looked like, whoom, dashed the can backwards and it literally hit just right above my eye, luckily. Right above my eyebrow. Yeah, the thing is still there. Probably won't be able to see it on the camera, but when I look in the mirror, you can still see it and stuff. But I'll never forget that.
Those men go on to talk about how they showed self-restraint because they could have easily did something to harm those women back.
You know what's crazy is that I've always said that, you know, if a woman ever put her hands on me, I never have to hurt a woman to stop her from assaulting me because I used to wrestle in high school and for like 5 minutes in college. But that's always been like theoretical because I've never actually fought a woman. It's nice to know that I walk it exactly like I talk it.
I ain't put my hands on her, none of that. Every other man in my situation, you know what they would have did, bro? All my cousins and everybody telling me, bro, you better than me, bro. You better than me, because I would have beat her ass. I would have killed her. I would have put her in a duffel bag.
And look, I already see it now. Someone in the comments is going to call me out because earlier I said that this video is catered towards supporting women. And for most of the video, I've been making a case for men. But see, my point in doing that is getting women to appreciate the restraint that most men show. And honestly, I also want to instill a form of protective fear. Because I don't know if you paid attention in that last clip, but when that guy said he reached out to the other men in his life, they said they would have seriously harmed that woman or even unalived her. So I think we can all agree that that woman was very fortunate that she didn't deal with one of those men. But see, that's the thing. Every time you hit a man or you get into like a heated argument with a man, that's a risk you're taking as a woman. And look, I already know how this might come off on my end. I might come off as a little bit insecure, but trust me, as a guy who keeps up with his fitness and I also do like combat sports, I'm not
Okay,
walking around
Shams.
fearful that, oh, a woman's gonna abuse me. What I am worried about is a woman that's following these trends online, coming across a man and thinking she could just put hands on him and he won't do anything. And you know, I don't even have to talk about strangers because I have 4 sisters, 3 of them being younger. My message to all my sisters has always been, if you're by yourself, you're not with me or one of my older brothers, never get into a public argument with a man, and especially don't put your hands on him. Because trust and believe there are plenty of men out there who are itching for a moment to put hands on a woman. They're not gonna try to restrain you or defend themselves. No, they're gonna be the aggressor. And that's the type of situation I would never want to see a lady in, let alone my loved ones. And remember how earlier I said leave it up to the internet to give these stupid takes, you know, these takes that are counterproductive and also just harmful? Yeah, so we got women who are trying to justify this new trend of hitting men by saying that men used to beat women in the past. And so somehow that makes it justified. And they're also trying to argue that men respond better to getting hit.
Yo, what's with you women and like admitting that you beat men, bro? How am I just chilling?
It's a new era of you know, us women being empowered in that. Because in the past, you see, like, our ancestors, the women used to be beat. So now we're kind of just like, we're taking it back for the women in the past.
Spamming buzzwords. Just spamming.
No, it's not
She's
buzzwords.
spamming buzzwords.
It's the truth.
How am I missing it? I'm missing a TikTok now. She's saying, oh, I'm gonna beat you. I'm thinking, what? That's not bad.
And he was best different, like, so I had to correct him. And you know what? He locked in after I threatened him. Did it not work?
It only worked because I valued my life.
It worked.
What's she talking about?
Girls, like, I'm telling you, beat that man. Beat him today, beat him tomorrow, beat him forever, and he will. They only understand beating. Beat them, okay? Thank you.
This is your Zim woman that you're
okay.
I already see it now. There's probably some women, some girls who saw that video.
Yeah, there's gonna be some women that they're gonna suffer from this trend.
Damn.
They're gonna they're gonna get in some serious harm, bro. It's a shame. Hopefully, though, hopefully most women aren't stupid enough to, you know, go and just start testing niggas. Because again, bro, when you run into the wrong one, it's a long day.
Video and sparks went off in their head. They thought, oh my god, she is cooking right now. Let me explain to you why that sort of thinking is flawed in so many ways. But first, I'd like to preface that men hitting women isn't a thing of the past. Maybe in Western society it is, but all over the world there are still men who are hitting women. This is literally a clip of a community of women from the neighborhood coming together to hit this man who's known for abusing his wife.
Bro, got the machete in hand, bro.
He was abusing his wife so severely that these other women felt like they needed to step in. Now, if this happened in Western society, other men would have probably stepped in and handled that guy. And I honestly feel like that's something we don't appreciate enough in the West. Men keeping other men in check. But back to the topic though, let me explain why this idea that because men used to hit women in the past, it justifies women hitting men today. Because let's say that girl's fantasy comes true. Let's say her wish plays out. Women hitting men becomes the norm and it's accepted by society. Wives can beat their husbands bloody and no one will bat an eye. Let's just imagine that this becomes the new social norm for years to come, even decades to come. If we're thinking logically, in the future, there's gonna come a day when men would get fed up with the abuse. They would take matters into their own hand and fight back, whether it's physically or whether it's protesting. And eventually the pendulum that was on one end is gonna
protesting.
correct itself to the other side. So imagine like a 50-year stint, a 50-year streak where women are just hitting men. And then after those 50 years, men decide to take the power back. And they try to make the argument, they use the justification that for the past 50 years, you guys have been hitting us. So it's only fair that we start hitting you guys back. It cancels out, right? Now, obviously that's very unlikely to happen, but the point I'm trying to make is an eye for an eye makes the world go blind. Instead of pushing this revenge narrative, how about we push a narrative where everyone keeps their hands to themselves, where things remain verbal and respectful? Because honestly, feeling like you need to resort to violence is a sign of a lack of intelligence. Rarely in the entirety of my life have I ever been put in situations where I feel like my words weren't enough. So yeah, if you feel like you have to put your hands on someone, maybe that says a lot more about you than anyone else.
Y'all think about that? With that being said, make sure you like and subscribe, man. Let me know if you're down below. 2 videos dropping every single day, so next you put it tomorrow. Peace, love, and prosperity. I'm out.